Hey, I'm Vincent Meza. This is Listings to Leads, and this is our Facebook and Google class. Okay. So, in case you're new to us, you don't really know what we're doing here. We're an online advertising platform for realtors. We're designed to help you find buyer leads and find seller leads. If you have listings, we have a lot of really powerful listing marketing automation. Our listing marketing gets you buyer leads, but it also gets you more listings. So, if you want more listings, you definitely need to be using our platform. If you don't have listings, we have PDF guides, we have e-flyers, and we have landing pages. We have a lot of tools that you can use online for free. There are some that you can use online with paid ads. There are print tools that you can use in your farm market, and there are e-flyers, right? So this class here is really to focus on the Facebook and Google section. And Robin, I asked here who's run ads before, and I'm getting a little feedback here, which is great. All right. So I want to read you. Robin ran a buyer ad and had 6 leads. So Robin, what did you market to get those 6 leads when you got the buyers? And then Layla, you said you ran an ad on Facebook. What did you do? What did you market? And because you said you had a great response. And then Robin also says she ran an ad for sellers, but no leads. So Robin, why don't you tell me what you did there? What was that? And then we'll talk about it. And then I'll see. And then I had several leads on one Facebook. I got a 2 listing with Google. Layla saying, okay, several leads on Facebook. I got a 2 listing with a Google ad in 1 month. Are you saying you got 2 listings or 2 listing leads from a Google ad in 1 month? So yeah, if you guys want to just put in some details there, we'll talk through them. Oh yeah. So Robin, to get buyer leads, was running ads on an active listing from her office. So it wasn't really even her listing, right? So if you want, go ahead and put some stuff there. Let's go look at things real quickly. And before, I just want to jump into it and give you a quick look at just how easy this is. Okay. And that's the first part. If you're not familiar with Facebook, or if you're not familiar with Google, you might be intimidated by that, right? The great thing about our company is we have software from both Facebook Ad Manager and from the Google Ad Platform. And so we can create, or you can create ads in 2 clicks on either of those platforms, and you can get buyer leads or seller leads. Okay. So let's just do that real quickly right off the bat. And then I'm going to show you what some of our clients have done. And I'm going to show you probably some conversations I just had here today that will help you get an understanding of Facebook and Google. And while I'm waiting for the ad page to come up, I do want to point out that Facebook is the number 3 website in the country. Okay. And what's unusual about Facebook is American adults, 70% of American adults spend about 40 minutes every day there. They're looking at their friends, where they're eating, where they're traveling. They're looking at their grandkids. They're looking at all kinds of cool stuff, right? And so if you happen to place an ad there and you say, hey, I have an open house, or hey, I can get your free home value. If that works for them at that very moment, you can capture leads. They're not too expensive. And if you get enough leads, you're going to convert them into business, right? So let's see how we can run an ad to create an ad on Facebook. Let's just tackle that one real easy. If you want buyer leads, you wanted to use a property that's for sale or open house or just listed, you always want to leave it on lead ads. It's funny. I know a lot of you don't take my live classes. You need to leave it on lead ads unless there's a real strong reason why you need to do a traffic ad, right? You just want it because lead ads means that the lead is pre-populated from the Facebook profile. So whoever clicks on the ad, their name, phone number, and email is automatically pulled from their profile. And it says, do you want that information? And there's only one answer, yes. And so you get that name, phone number, and email. And you probably know that there are times that you get kicked out of Facebook and they say, we're going to send you a text to get back in. If you got the wrong phone number, you're not getting back in. So that's why those numbers are very useful. Okay. So I have a home here that's just listed. It's in a town, it says that up here. And all you have to do to run an ad is click publish, bang. That's very easy. Now, there are some things to think about. And I just had a call with a lady named Andrea Harrington. in Florida. And she's a new client, so she was asking me some questions. And she had a property in Florida in a town called Tamarack. And I asked her, do you want to run an ad in New York or Chicago? She says, New York, definitely New York. I said, okay, well, here's how you do it. You hit an X right here and you get rid of that local market and you type in New York. Now, if you don't need to do, I'm just going to show you because the default setting is going to do a 15-mile radius around your area. But this way, we're doing a radius of 15 miles around Manhattan. And I told her, why not expand it? Maybe there's people in New Jersey. So expand that radius 50 miles. Maybe there's people in Brooklyn that would love to move down to Florida. Her home actually was in this community for 55 and over. So we did that. We said 55 and over community. You might not have that kind of, maybe you have a home in a great school district. Maybe you have a new custom kitchen in there, right? You could just click right in the box. Whatever you're seeing here is what's going to show up on the ad, right? And then the last thing I told her was, look, there was like one simple image is what she had there. I said, why don't you click on change image over here, the blue button, use the button that, or click on that is the one that you were looking at, which is right here. Choose one of the kitchen, a bedroom, maybe the living room, and in this case, the pool. 5 images. You can have max of 5 images. What happened here? Sorry, I got a Zoom call that was jumped in my way. This creates a carousel ad, okay? And a carousel ad means that they're going to be able to look through a number of photos. This is going to make your ad more powerful. It's going to get better results when I can look at a few pictures, right? And so there are a couple of things we can do. We just ran an ad there, right? Let me show you the easiest way to get listing leads from Facebook. You take your property, and I'm going to click on my listings page to show you this. And you update your listing to either under contract, pending, or sold. Now you update it. I know that a lot of your listings flow in automatically from the MLS, but we often don't get notified when your property goes pending or under contract. So you can just click the button here that's active and say, hey, it's under contract or it's pending or it's sold, right? Now I think I have one here that's sold. So let's just work with that one. You click on market listing and there's a whole bunch of things that we're doing, but we want to concentrate on Facebook. And we click on Facebook and we reach into your account and we say it's sponsored by your business page. And it says, this home is sold. It affects your home value. Click here or text there to get your free home value, right? That's what it's about. There's a 15-mile radius, and that can be problematic, but you don't have to overthink it here. Just this, boom, create an ad and you can get listing leads, okay? And then somebody here said, who was it? Give me a second. Let's see, where is that? Just listed ads. So somebody, Layla, says she ran a just listed ad, got 16 leads and 2 listed with me with my Google ads. So that's awesome. Okay. And then Robin said, you ran a seller PDF guide ad. And Robin, that's the response where you said you ran an ad for sellers and you got no leads. So you did a seller PDF guide ad, right? And Robin, did you do that on Facebook or on Google? And I'll show you. And if you happen to know what it was, let me know, but we'll talk through that. Yes, on Facebook. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. And so what I'm showing you here is how to run a sold ad. These leads cost about $7 each. And I don't know, that's the average. So I don't know where you're sitting. So it may be higher, it may be lower, but if it's $7 each, you divide 7 into 50 and that gets you 7 leads. That's what you can fix, right? Now, I don't expect that you run an ad and get 0 leads. And that's what Robin is telling us. She said, hey, I ran a PDF guide ad for sellers. So let's do that. Let's go to ads. And it's worth talking about because we do things here to make it easy for our clients to get buyer leads and to get seller leads. And so we do everything we can to make it as easy as possible. And that's why I'm showing you like, hey, you can click here and you can run here, run ads this way. The thing about it though, is that you have to think a little bit of common sense, what's going on here. Robin, you don't happen to know the name of the PDF guide that you did, do you? But let's just go through it here. Create Facebook ad. This is what Robin did. Click PDF guide ad. You may not know this, but you actually have 80 PDF guides on your PDF guide page. And you can run ads on them. You can do flyers. You have print tools to get people to download these things. But in this case, Robin ran an ad on Facebook. Okay. And that's what we're doing right here. And Robin focused on getting sellers. So that would make sense. Yeah. So I don't know what no means there, Robin, but oh yeah, you don't remember the name of it. But let's just pick one. So let's pick home seller negotiation secret. Now, I want to remind you, okay, there are 40 of these for homeowners, right? Here's one, 2024 projections of real estate opportunities for sellers, right? Improving your outdoor living space for selling. There's all these things written, and you can run an ad on any of them. Do they all work equally? The answer is no, they don't. There are some things that are super relevant to people right now, and some of these are like tech for home, tech for smart home for your sellers. Yeah, you can do it, but is it really meaningful to your market right then? And if the answer is no, it may not get any results. And Robin, unfortunately, didn't get any results. Let me show you one that's actually getting results right now, right? Create an ad, lead ad so that your lead is pre-populated with name, email, and phone number. And this is on a PDF guide that is talking about the 5 dangers of overpricing, okay? And depending on where you are, you could overprice your home. So to create this ad, you could type in the name of your favorite town where you work and boom, publish. It's a $50 ad. I want you to understand when you run a PDF guide ad on Facebook, these leads often cost $10 each. So if they're $10 and you're spending $50, you can expect 5 leads. Okay. So that's the Facebook side of things. You now know that you can easily create ads for PDF guides. You can create ads for listings, both for sale and for sold, so that you can get buyers and sellers, and then landing pages. Now, I'm not going to do the landing pages yet because I want to take a break and show you what some of our clients are doing right now. Okay. This is our mastermind group. And if you're a client, you need to go to the support page and ask them to get you in this mastermind group. This is where Scott and I talk about the technology that we're working on and rolling out. It's also where our clients share their questions and also they share their successes, right? Here, how do I get a 27-page listing presentation from your listing? Just asking a random question that they could ask the support team and they'd get the answer super fast, but people like to do this too. This guy right here, Tommy, says, I just got a listing from the PDF guide, 12 mistakes to avoid when selling a home, right? Great. What did he do? And I asked him, what did you do? And he says, oh, I put an ad, not on Facebook, but on Google. And so the PDF guide that got him the most results, let's just do it. Let's just do what he did. He did Google, create a Google ad, create PDF guide ad. And I think he said 12 mistakes to avoid when selling your home. Okay. So that seemed relevant because who wants to make a mistake, right? So Robin, I don't know which one you were using, but on Google, that worked, right? So maybe that works on Facebook as well. If I click around here, 12 mistakes to avoid, it's right up here, number 1. We're on Google. So I'm going to click create ad. And I don't know if you've ever has anybody, if you can, just give me a yes or no right now. Has anybody here run an ad on Google? Just yes or no. I want to get a pulse of what's going on with this group. So this is how you run the ad on Google. You choose the tool that you want and you click the location. Okay. And I'm going to type in Lafayette. So Sheila's saying no, never done it. And so you just target your town. There's actually nothing in that report that's talking about a particular area. So it works wherever you are, right? You have to understand about Google. Remember how I said Facebook is the number 3 website in the country? The number 1 website is Google. Okay. Because of that, these leads cost more than Facebook lead. There's also a different quality, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. Let's look at what we're looking at here. We targeted a town. This is what the ad looks like here. Mistakes in selling a home. And if we click view link, which you don't have to, but just for our knowledge here today, we actually create a landing page that says, hey, do you want to download that? Give us your contact information, right? Nice and easy. What's your address? What's your phone? What's your time frame of selling, right? And so to download that for free, you just got to give that information. So it's a $50 a day budget. Why is it $50 a day when on Facebook we do $50 for a week? That's because Google sets their prices for listing leads sometimes at $30 each. Okay. Like in Dallas, Texas, to run a home value ad, it costs $30 per lead. So if you have $50 and you know they're charging you $30, you're only getting one lead a day, right? The ad runs for 7 days. So you could say, and you want to know what they're charging. I don't know, again, where you're sitting, but let's say you were sitting in Dallas and you now know because you're running ads that you're getting charged $30 per lead. You could change it to 60 and you would expect 2 leads every day. Here's what's going on, right? So Google is the number one website in the country. I think it's actually number one in the world, but definitely in the US. And 86% of all questions occur here, right? What's happening with my blood pressure? Where can I get a martini in San Francisco? Where can I get a steak in New York City? Or just basically, how do I sell my home? How do I sell my home? You type in those keywords, these people are paying for ads for that, including Upnest, including Realtor. Now, this is in my neighborhood. This is where I'm sitting at my computer. When you run an ad on Google, you're targeting a city. And we're automatically putting in all these keywords so that you don't need to know what to do. You don't need to know what you need to do to make it. We're doing it for you. We also, I don't know if you notice, this section here are called headlines, and this is called description. When you write an ad on Google, and this is the headline here, the blue here, and this is the description. When you write an ad on Google, if you don't use our software and you go over to, I better stop this. Okay. Give me a second here. Where was I? When you run an ad on Google, you actually need to have multiple. Oh, this is the wrong one. Give me a second. That's the face. All these keywords are here. We automatically put them in there. We automatically write all the headlines because they're going to rotate the headlines until they figure out which is the best one. And then we have multiple multiple descriptions. So these lines here are corresponding to this. So when you're using our software, we're making it incredibly easy. All you have to do is choose the tool you want, type in the town, and click publish. Maybe you think a little bit on the daily budget. That's about it. So this guy, just to wrap this part up, he ran an ad on Google. He actually changed the budget to $10 a day, which is spooky, right? You could actually say, I only want to spend $10 a day. Now, I don't know where he's sitting, but remember, I told you that in Dallas, leads cost $30. If he was sitting in Dallas and they were charging $30 a lead and he changed his budget to 10, he would not get any lead because he wouldn't be meeting the minimum price of a lead. But where he was sitting, he changed it to $10 a day. So that would make it an exposure of $70 over 7 days. And that worked out, right? So that's how you use Google. Let's go look at somebody else, right? For somebody who's not using Google. And again, you can use a magnifying glass here and go, if you want to research these people yourself and hear the comments from other agents and the questions that might help you learn. Brian, back in April, said, hey, I haven't run many pending sold ads, but I started this morning and we got a lead that needs to sell and buy, right? So Brian has a team. He has an office account. I set him up over a year ago, right? Got a lot of agents. So he's a little bit different from the typical agent, meaning he's got to get a lot of leads to give to his agents. So what he has done here is he's created a video to talk about what he is doing, right? What he's doing with listings to lead.
Stories for this one. Talking about listing.
And so he shows his agent that he can run an ad with a home that is sold and he gets a listing lead. But before that, he explains, and he's excited. Now, this is in Conroe, Texas. Okay. And he said this home generated 114 leads, buyer leads with name, email, and phone number. They ran multiple ads and he got 114, and he got 4 of those leads to buy a home. Now, they didn't all 4 buy the same home, right? They all bought like a separate home in Texas, but he captured those leads from one listing. Okay. And then he said, what's great, now that the home is sold, I flip the status to sold and I run the ad again on the same property. And he did that on Facebook. And I showed you how to do that earlier. And he got 1 lead and he's texting his leads to convert. He texts them first. And in the morning he's texting. By the afternoon, he has a phone call booked at 4 o'clock. And that guy has a listing appointment to sell one home for $400,000 and to buy another for $400,000, right? Brian is a solid agent. He's an office owner. He knows what he's doing. So for a $150 ad, he has $850,000 in volume. Okay. This is certainly possible, right? Doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. It's like the lottery. You can't win if you don't play. So here, Renita is asking, I'm trying to do a Google ad and using a PDF guide, but it said we could not create custom audience for your ad account because it's not added to. So let me show you what, let me show you, I'm going to take a minute. A lot of people see this and it's going to, what I want to do with this call is really do troubleshooting, right? If you have problems, if you've been trying to run ads, and Renita, is this account in your name? To pause my share for a second. Let's see. Under MVP Realty. Okay, got it. Okay, so do you have an agent account under the MVP Realty account? And bear with me a minute, everybody, because this is what happens, what a lot of you see. And Renata is a little bit confused, but it's better I think it's a lot easier to learn by seeing something, but also by learning by a mistake, right? So let's go look over here and let's find Renita. Okay, so give me a second and we'll figure this out in just a moment. What she is talking about is a message that many of you see that says we can't create a custom audience. And that's an important thing. Actually, custom audiences we're going to talk about in a minute are very important if you want more listings. Okay. And especially if you're running home valuation ads. Have any of you found, thanks, Renita. I should be able to find it once my page gets there. Remember how earlier I was running an ad on Facebook and I said, hey, I'm not going to show you how to run a landing page ad yet because it's a deep discussion. And for you to target, what the heck? Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Sorry. This is showing us like all the kinds of ads that are being run. So my apologies. Let's just do this. Data. Over at MVP. So MVP is a client, they're an office client, probably been an office client, I want to say for about 7 years now. When I set them up, they were originally in Naples, Florida, and they had about 300 agents. Renita, how many agents do you have now? Like 1,500, 1,200 agents now? And that's great. We're happy to grow with them. I know they lean heavily on listings to leads to recruit people and also to help their agents get more business. Renita, do you do classes? Yes, it's about 1,200 agents now, right? I know that they have one of the most extensive libraries of all of our clients on listings to leads training that they ask their agents to go through. Because the thing about listings to leads is if you're using it, your business is going to grow. And if your business grows, I think MVP is going to make more money. So of course they want to make sure these agents are leveraging our platform, right? So we're in Renita's account now, and I'm sorry it took us so long to get here, but I want to show you what her question is. She says, try to do a Google ad using a PDF guide, but we could not create a custom audience for our account because it's not added to the ad meta manager, right? So what she's talking about is she's going to ads, and this gets us, there's a reason why I'm taking us down this rabbit hole, because a lot of you are going to see this message. We're in Renita's live account right now, and it says we cannot create a custom audience because of there's something wrong. If you see this message, copy it, and I'm going to do this for you, Renita. Put it in the support page and just say help. Give them that message. They're going to send you an email with the instructions on how to fix that. But we can all learn what's going to happen here. There's two things that are not quite right with what Renita is saying. Renita, am I correct? You want to run a Google ad with a PDF guide? Is that what you're saying? Because when we talk about custom audiences, you cannot create a custom audience on Google, right? So you're looking at a message that we're giving you, and it's we should reword that. That message has nothing to do with Google, okay? Let me make that really clear. That has to do, as the message said, with the Meta ad manager, which is Facebook. So you can run ads on Google. We're going to go do this right now and see what's going on. But the message is saying that we can't create a custom audience on Facebook, which is really only necessary at certain times. And I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. So if I click on create a Google ad and I click on PDF guide, here's the first thing. You don't have access to our Google ad software, which costs $30 a month. Okay, Renita. So you would need to connect your ad, and you would then get well, actually, you might actually have it. So the office may have it. So you need to connect your Google ad account. If not, if you don't, it's either going to ask you to connect or it's going to ask you to subscribe. And if you have a single agent account, it costs $30 a month. I think MVP is paying for it at the office level. So you just need to connect your ad account, and then boom, you can do. So I'll show you in my system how to run that ad, Renita. If you can, find the name of the PDF guide you want to run the ad on. But this message right here, a lot of you see it and it prevents you from moving forward. But if you wanted to run an ad on a listing, she has one here in Florida. You can click create lead ads so that she's going to get leads from Facebook, pre-populated from the Facebook profile. There's no image, so that's the problem. And you can add an image here, or you can upload one over here, but you would just click publish, and that's how you would get an ad. So having a custom audience does not matter. Let's go over here, and you can create we're in the landing page section. So Renita, what is your number one town where you want more listing? And Shamara is asking, how can I advertise construction properties that are not my listings? Yes, I think you need to probably check with the builder. And a lot of agents do. They'll talk to a developer and say, hey, can I market your homes and get buyers? And they say, yeah, of course, we want to sell these things. So Renita has Spring Hill as one of her core farm markets. So you should all be doing what I'm about to do, okay? I'm going to click on create a landing page, property valuation plus, that's an instant home value. And you want to spell it right, Spring Hill, and you want to capitalize it right. Now, Renita, I'm going to make a modification to this for our knowledge, right? But nothing's really happening to this. It's inside of your account. And what I'm about to do, I want you to delete, and I want you to leave the page there, but I'm going to want you to customize it. So when you're creating a landing page for home valuations, it's very generic looking. Let's look at it right here. Okay. It looks like this. And you want to not be marketing like this, because you're asking people their address and their contact information. And if they don't know you, that's a heavy lift. That's a big ask, right? Click on edit and open the editor. And this is where you edit and modify this page. Okay. Now, I don't really know where Spring Hill is, so we're just going to wing it, but I want to do this. And so this, Renita, you can remove this photo that I'm going to add. And I'm going to upload. I probably got an image somewhere. Let's see what I have. Okay, this is an image here, right? This is not Spring Hill, but I think it'll get us there. I'm going to save this. I really recommend that you put in any kind of landmark. It could be a really popular restaurant. It could be a park. It could be a sign. Maybe it's a community, right? And it says, welcome to Spring Hill. Maybe it's a downtown, and even malls. There's like really popular malls in a lot of your cities. That is going to really trigger for people that their area. This is Pyramid Lake, so this is not Spring Hill. Beautiful place. I camped there. I like it. So let's click on view. And now this page looks like that. And that's awesome, right? It's going to look like your market. Okay. Can I share my page? Holy crikey. Sorry, I stopped it. So that's right. Sorry. My apologies. Yeah. Thank you, Robin. So in all that jibber jabber, I have gone to the landing pages and I created a landing page called Spring Hill Property Valuation Plus. My apologies. And it's here. And when we dropped on it, it was very generic looking. So I said, let's edit it. And I put this picture of Pyramid Lake in the back of the thing. Okay. So that's what I did when I wasn't showing you my screen. But let's talk about how you can market it. Because if I go here, it says market tools. And when I click that, it gives me all these ways to market. And one of them is Facebook and Instagram. So it takes the picture that we put there and it says, hey, what's your home worth now? Recent home sales have affected your home value. Click here. So you could say recent home sales in Spring Hill, your home value, right? You could even say like 50 homes sold this year. This makes the ad work more, right? And you could say the high is whatever, right? This makes your ad a little more compelling. And you would think that, okay, this is talking about Spring Hill. I want to focus on Spring Hill. And I had a conversation with a guy, they're over in Gaithersburg, Maryland. And I'd been talking to him last week and he created a landing page for Maryland. And then he gets on the phone, he goes to run an ad and he asks me some question. I said, wait a minute, you don't want to run that ad in Gaithersburg, right? Because you're going to waste your money if you do that. And he said, I talked to your support team and they told me that's how you do it. And yes, my support team is telling you that if you click these buttons, you're going to run an ad. What they're not telling you is to put your thinking cap on and think about what you're about to do. And let me show you what you're about to do when you run this ad with a minimum 15-mile radius that you cannot change any type. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Now, Spring Hill, Florida is close to Tampa, or is that what you're saying? This is true for all of you guys. Now, I don't know where you live, but I need you to understand that when Facebook says you have a 15-mile radius, that could be a lot of people. And let's look at, so this is Google Maps, and that right there is Spring Hill, and this is 2 miles. So two. This ad is going to show to at least everybody on this map right here. Okay. And let's see if I can, yeah, so it's probably, now I don't know how many people live out here in this area. Robin, or Renita, how many people do you think live in this area that we're looking at? I'm going to just ballpark it and tell you 500,000 people live, right? It might be 1 million, but let's just say it's 500,000, right? Somewhere in between there, probably. But you're targeting an ad with a landing page that's only talking about Spring Hill. And that's a problem because at least 500,000 people are going to see this ad that don't live in Spring Hill. And so you don't really get the results you're looking for. You get 1 lead or 2 leads. And that is why I tell our clients that you need to go to our ads page and create a custom audience. Okay. Now, one thing I didn't talk about earlier is that I do live training every week. Okay. And I do 4 classes. I do Get Started, which covers all of what we do. I do another class called Top Tools for More Listings. And I cover another class, which is Facebook and Google ads, and I do one for lenders, right? And I want to point out, I'm going to send this link to everybody on this call right now. This is our YouTube channel. All our videos are here. And I'm going to send this to everybody. And I want to point this out because I don't have time to go down this one, but I do a class every 2 weeks called Top Tools for More Listings. And right here, it says Top Tools Get Listings 24. And right here, it says Work Your Farm for Listings. And this class here, I talk about how you can get a list of homeowners from various third parties. Okay. And that's important because instead of targeting Spring Hill and 15 miles and hitting 500,000 people that don't live in Springfield, I could click this button and type in. Now, she doesn't have it turned on, but let's say she created a list that said Spring Hill homeowners. She could type that in this box and it would target those people on that list. So are you guys tracking with what I'm talking about? I'm going to click on ads over here real quick and explain this in a little more detail. If we go to ads and we create any landing page we want, we can run an ad on either Facebook or Google. And I want to hit timeout and tell you that you could still waste money because what you're doing, while you can imagine it in your head, it doesn't actually work, right? And this is why it's so important for you to be on this call. And if you have friends who are using Facebook to get listing leads, you want to share this video or this concept with them. If they create a landing page for any city with an instant home value, and in this case, I'm going to do Spring Hill, and I want to leave it on lead ads, I can click create ad, but I cannot target people that live in Spring Hill because they got sued. Facebook got sued by HUD years ago, about 5 years ago, for illegal ads. And if I do this, they're going to say you have to do a 15-mile radius. So I'm targeting all these people. I know it's repetitive, but I just want you to see that this is what's going on. And what I'm telling you, the workaround is you see this blue button up here? It's shaded right now. It says, go back more. It says create audience. Now, for Renita, she was saying, I can't run an ad on Google because it says create an audience on Meta. This is talking about Facebook. So what I'm telling all of you right now, Renita cannot do. It says we cannot create a custom audience for your ad account because your ad is not added to your business manager. Click here to learn how, or email support now. But if you click create an audience, you call it Spring Hill homeowners. Okay. And this audience, it's like a lead list. It's going to be imported into your Facebook Meta ad manager. Okay. You'll upload it and you'll import it. The spreadsheet needs to look like this. Okay. And there are companies like listsource.com. There are companies like redx.com, remind.com, Coal Information Resource. What you want to buy is a list of homeowners with equity. In this case, in Spring Hill. Okay. And you want to have that list be 5 or 6 years equity or more owning homes in Spring Hill. That way, when you import it and you say, okay, now I'm going to run the ad that is specifically about Spring Hill. And instead of using their 15-mile radius, I'm going to type in that custom audience field. I'm going to type in Spring Hill homeowners. If you're running an instant home valuation ad like this, speaking about a town, I highly recommend you do this unless you live in like Elko, Nevada, which is like this small town on Highway 80 that's in the middle of nowhere. And there is nothing 15 miles around you. So running this ad is going to work. And if you live in an area where the next town is 30 miles away, that ad can work. But, this country is fairly dense, depending on where you live. If you're living on any of the coasts or in the southern states, you got people all over And this ad is an awesome way to waste your money. Okay. You might get 1 or 2 leads if you're lucky, but if you want a bunch of leads, you want a list of homeowners that you know have equity. And that tells Facebook, show that ad to those people with equity. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. Okay. Let's go talk about what Renata wants to do. Renita wants. So Renita, do you have the name of that PDF guide you wanted to run? I'm going to close these things so I don't things open. And it is so Robin, so I can add my farm to these ads. Yes, Robin, that is exactly right. So, well, let me make sure you understand this. Robin, how many leads are in your farm? And that's exactly, you want to think of it that way. And so when I'm saying go to Cole Resource or go to redx.com or go talk to your title partner, title partners can get you a list. They don't get you the list that I want you to have. And that's because you have their name, their phone number, their email address, and their physical address. Okay. And again, I'm going to remind you to work your farm for listings. So Robin, you're hitting it right on the head. So you have 1,500 homes. That list needs to be 1,000 leads long. You have 1,500 homes. How to sell your home in a changing market is what Renita is trying to do. So Renita, she needs to connect her Google ad account. That way, when we run an ad for a PDF guide, how to sell your home, and what is this my account? Oh, don't tell me that. Oh no, I'm in the wrong. Sorry. Okay, hold on. Okay. This is my account. Yeah. I'm going to run an ad. And so what Renita needs to do is connect her Google ad account. Any ad that you run on Google, it's going to charge your credit card on your Google page. So make sure you have your Google page. And that's something I wanted to tackle here today, because I've had 2 calls with agents today who didn't have their credit cards on their Facebook ad account. And I'm going to show you how to fix that. Okay. But let's finish Renita's story. She's creating a PDF guide ad. I'm connected to my Google ads, and it is how to sell your home in a changing market. And where is it not a changing market, right? In the United States right now, we got interest rates, we got high prices, we got insurance problems, we got all kinds of wacky stuff going on. So, that's probably a relevant kind of topic, right? It's like, ow. Let's just type in changing here and hit here and see what comes. How to sell your home in a changing market. Create ad. And this is for Google. And I'm going to do this in Spring Hill. Right. We were going to do that other ad, so I'm just going to do it in Spring Hill. Now, obviously, you can do it wherever you want. There's a landing page behind it. All you have to do is click publish. That's how you do it. Okay. So Robin, let me ask, so Renita, you know how to do it. And now everybody else knows how to run an ad on Google for a PDF. I'm going to give you another one that I think is always relevant. And I hope you don't take this in the wrong way. We have an ad. We have a PDF guide on divorce. And I want to show you this so that you understand something about it. Divorce and real estate. I'm going to create an ad on Google. And I could target whatever town, right? And here's the thing, just for our knowledge, we have all these keywords that have the words divorce in it. And so if I go here to Google and I look up divorce attorney, not because I'm thinking of my property, but because thinking about a divorce, that thing could pop up. And I'm like, oh, wow, I'm looking for a lawyer, but actually I have property. I need to think about that. And that's how the keywords work. And I don't know what's the average length of homeownership in the United States. Do you know what that is? How many years does the average person own their home? We'll wait for that answer. And while we're waiting for that answer, it's 5. It's 5 years. I thought it was 8. Okay. So that's a moving number. Does anybody want to take a guess of the average length of a marriage in the United States? I'll save us some time. I think it's 7 years. So their divorce and home sales are happening in your market. So you want to have some tools out there to help people. Yeah, I know that's a downer conversation, so I'm sorry about that. But these things are happening. And you know that when we get a divorce, unfortunately, it is not a 2-day process. It's a multi-year process. Having these kinds of tools out there, being a resource at various levels, and there are 80 different ways of providing value with PDF guides on Google and on Facebook, right? And I do want to remind you, they don't all work very well. But I can tell you that 12 mistakes to avoid works pretty well. 5 dangers of overpricing works pretty well. We see this, right? Here's one that might not work. Buy a new construction home, right? Now let's just, okay, buying a new construction. This is, all right, I want to show you why this might not work. I'm going to do this on Facebook, and it could work on Google, but let me explain something. First of all, we don't all live in areas where there's new construction. So you're going to know, right? I'm going to type in my town where I am, because I can tell you there's not a lot of new construction. It's not like Texas where they're building a new city, right? But here's the thing. If I am going to buy a new construction home, I'm looking for homes. And so you'd be better off talking to the builder and saying, hey, can I mark your home and go add it as a listing? And in that listing, say, this is a new construction, right? Maybe there's an incentive. But this kind of, I want to just read to learn about it. Yes, we've written it for you, but is it that compelling? And sometimes it's not, right? And I want to explain another troublesome area that I see agents do. One of the first mistakes is creating a home valuation landing page and not using a custom. I don't know why they're getting 1 lead or 0 leads. So yeah, you have a lot of new construction. You could, if you want, we actually give all of you a new construction page. So Renita, you might go talk to a builder, right? And say, hey, can I market your homes? And maybe it's a builder who, maybe it's a big one, KB or DR Horton, or maybe it's a small builder, right? And they might have incentives. Notice I've got a video here. So you could actually whip out your smartphone, walk down those like model homes and say, hey, this is what we got going on. There's a bunch of units and I can help you buy. You could put that video on YouTube, and right here where it says custom page content, you can say, I want to put a video there. There's also custom page content. If you're working with new construction, countdown counter, right? Closing cost rebates end soon, right? So there are lots of incentives that people give to buy a home, right? Maybe they're going to pay down your loan. Maybe they're going to put premium kitchen. There's some things that they'll do to get you to buy. So if I save that, this is going to reconfigure the page, and let's just look at it. And it says closing cost rebates soon. And there is a ticking timer. So on Google, this could be effective. You could drive people to this page, and Del Boca Vista homes are the homes that the Seinfeld family moved into down in Florida. That might work in Florida too. But you can put a timer, you can put bullet points, you can put a video like we had there. And then you can drive people to it, right? So we actually give you a new construction landing page. You can customize that, or you can create a custom buyer landing page and customize it from there. But I do want to create one landing page that agents think of, and they want to do it, and they do a custom buyer landing page for the town that they're interested in, right? I think we've been talking about Spring Hill, so let's do Spring Hill. And you create a landing page, and let's just see what it makes. And here, and I want to just describe this to you so you really understand what the heck is going on the internet. Okay. Like, we're in a sense a technology platform for realtors. So you can do a lot of things from a technical perspective, but you have to apply the real world to it. So let's look. So if I click on, this is what that page looks like, right? I can click edit, and I could change the background picture to look more like Spring Hill. And I can put some text in here and say, a lot of new homes are coming online, and check it out, right? But here's the thing, and I could then run an ad on Facebook, and then agents are like, God, that didn't work. I wonder why. Here's the reason why. Have you ever heard of a company called Zillow or Realtor.com or, the number one search in your market for homes that are for sale is homes for sale in your town or near me. And all these companies come up. And we are like, we all know this without even doing the search, what's going to happen here. And what I can do is look for weeks and weeks at homes. So when you present me with a landing page that says, hey, sign up and I'll send you a list, they don't really want to do that because the market already knows I can just go look all day long. And that's what can happen. So I don't want you to create a landing page for buyers. If you want buyers, we started the call that way. You get a listing, even a borrowed listing, and you run an ad on Facebook on a listing. It could be a new construction deal, right? And if it's new construction, let's just run an ad real quickly here. And if there are any questions, let me know because we're hitting the top of the hour. Let's say that you added the listing because you talked to the builder and it's new construction. And this is how you do it, right? You're like, okay, you could type in new construction, right? And you can say 30 units available or whatever, right? You can customize that. You could do it a local ad like that, or you can target other cities like we talked earlier, right? But people respond to homes for sale. They don't respond, especially buyers, to sign up for a list of anything, right? It's just the internet has taught them that's not necessary anymore. So we've talked about a few things of how to make ads on Facebook and Google work, and also what doesn't work, right? I want to show you one more ad that what I want you to think about for Google is this place. This is where you go when you want high quality listing leads. They're a little bit pricey, but when I go to Google and I type in, how do I sell my home? And you show up on page 1 and I click and give you my info, there's a high that you're going to convert that because I had intent. I went to Google, asked a question, and you're giving me the answer. And I liked your answer. So I'm going to go down your funnel. Okay. Here's how you do it. You go create a Google ad, create a landing page ad, and you want to make sure that you customize your page. I think I have one here for Atlanta, right? Create ad. So this is an instant home valuation page. And you definitely want to be doing this. These leads can get pricey. They can be $30 each. These leads, we have clients in Vancouver, British Columbia, right? Like Canada, just on the West Coast. These leads cost $200 to $300 US each. Okay. So if you have a $50 budget, you're not getting any leads. You need to change that to $300 and expect one lead. In Alice, these leads cost $30. In Western Pennsylvania, these leads for an ad like this cost $22, and in Utah, about $17. I think they're cheaper in some places, but I don't know where you're sitting. When you're using our Google Ad software, you get a free 30-day trial to just use the software. Then it's $30 a month. Whatever your ad budget is, your decision, right? But you can figure out what these leads cost. I definitely recommend that you go to Google and you do a few searches and see who's competing for your market and decide, do you want to compete there on page 1 of Google? That's my story today, guys. I hope this helps you understand a little bit of the nuances. This call is being recorded. It is going to be on this page here. I sent this page to you all. It's our YouTube channel. I highly recommend that you all look at Top Tools for More Listings, Work Your Farm for Listing. This is going to give you a really solid way of building your listing business. So thanks everybody for joining me. Enjoy the summer and lean on support. Have them get you in the mastermind group and let us know how we can help you. Thanks.